Blink, 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 blink. This is 24th of April 2023, and this is what you get when you initially have a road junction. This is a road junction of look at the signboard, Putatan Ramaya Junction. Okay, and this is what you will end up if you don't have road junctions not designed by JKR but by turnkey contractors or concessionaires, whatever you call them. So now, the accident death zone you are forced to modify, aren't you, Mr. Government? I wonder who is really responsible for this bullshit. Now you have to modify the road, close the right turn section from Putatan. Yes, from Putatan. This is the road from Putatan, entering the highway. And now you have to close the right turn junction, and all the traffic now have to turn left because so many accidents involving people, especially vehicles coming from Putatan. For some reason or other, this is a non-standard, not standard junction. So now, to save lives, but vehicles coming from Putatan will now have to turn left and look for a U-turn at Nambazan, 2 kilometers away. I just measured it, 2 kilometers away from this junction, in order to go back to Mang or Patuki. But from Patuki, of course, you can turn left to enter and go back to Putatan, because somewhere down there you have the U-turn location. Now, similarly, that's the logic, and for road safety, after you turn left and you want to go to Mang, you should really have like U-turn location somewhere down here, maybe half a kilometer. But there's no place provided or no space for it. So now from this left road, you're gonna go to Nambazan, 2 kilometers away, and another 2 kilometers to turn back. So now your journey from here to Mang or to Rokawi or to Patuki will have an added 4 kilometers journey. A lot of fuel wasted. And I'm sure if this was designed by JKR and properly studied, you could have provided a junction, a T-junction that is safe, complete with traffic light. But I know very well, Mr. Government, that this road is implemented using your turnkey, where the main contractor sub. I don't know how many times you sub-sui your contract. And down the line, the amount left from the project fund is peanuts. So you got peanuts of a quality road. Am I right? Enclosure of the right turn lane. So this one is closed now. These 2 lanes are closed. So that sign there is being covered. Reminds me of all those symbols that is covered in church during some celebration. So that is closed because it's obsolete. But they could at least uprooted that. This is a signboard, safety signboard or safety signs that is really needed at that place there where you make a U-turn. So you place that in front of the U-turn zone there. That's a sign that you need to put there. Why don't you just transfer it there so that people can see it at night? And that's a safety signboard. When motorists can see it from far away, then you remove the chance of you accidentally climbing the curb there. Okay? Even that nasa kanadura. So as I said, after making a left turn and you want to go to Patuki or Mang, then you have to go and make a U-turn to Nambazan, 2 kilometers away, right? The last accident that happened at this junction was definitely picked up by that CCTV, 24-hour CCTV camera with a recording facility that is pointed to that junction. And clearly there, it says no right turn and no U-turn at the traffic light, because the U-turn is down a few 100 meters away. Okay, but the last guy who suddenly made a right turn here when the light was green in this location definitely must have been listening to the Waze driving guide, the Waze, whatever apps you have in the phone. And I'm sure the Waze says, at the traffic light, turn right. And then he was listening to that message and didn't even see all the other extra signs there. And he turned right on this location, which is not allowed anyway, and bang against the oncoming traffic, both facing green light. So now they closed that. Eventually they closed that junction. The authorities closed it, which is only meant for Putatan vehicle to turn right. From there to turn right like that here, and not from Nambazan. It's a U-turn holding lane. Now, as I said, the reason why even Waze could not understand this design is, this is the only place where you have a holding lane for a U-turn. That's the holding lane for the U-turn. The holding lane of the U-turn is intersected, cut by a traffic light and cut by another. It's cut by a traffic light. Why? How can you have a holding lane cut by the traffic light? That's why I said it's a non-standard design. And the holding lane is partly on a lane that is turning right. It's simply confusing. So now, for those people who designed this before, you have to do corrective measure and now have to rethink the design, have to close the road, and it's causing lots of waste of money, lots of inconvenience for the paying public. So I say to you, Mr. Government, Mr. Motorist, you should demand an RCI and investigation to explain to the public how such road is built in this country. There's no doubt at all in my mind that such roads given to us in Sabah can only do to fishy way of awarding contracts in this country. And these contracts are awarded long before our present Prime Minister, PMX, has become the Prime Minister. And I doubt if he ever allowed this kind of contract to be awarded. So here you are, folks. Am I wrong with what I'm saying? If I'm wrong, then tell me why I'm wrong. Or otherwise, you should all demand a full investigation into such a failure of this kind. Wasting taxpayer, wasting motorist money, and wasting lives. I don't know how many lives has been lost in this junction. More than 3? More than 5? Okay? And luckily, I don't know who installed the CCTV here to monitor this junction. Here is the camera that observed how the accident happened. Right, folks?